So, welcome and thank you so much for joining this webinar. My name is David Craven. I'm Key Account Manager here at Princess Cruises, and it is my absolute pleasure to bring our next installment of our destination series, this time all about the incredible destination that is Southeast Asia. Now, when we're talking about this region, it is extremely diverse in a number of different ways, but one of those is the weather. Now, October, we'll see those beautiful warm temperatures around that 32 degrees. And of course, Southeast Asia, places like Thailand, Vietnam, and of course, Singapore, it never really gets that cold. So it's always going to be relatively warm, always kind of north of about 30 degrees with a pretty consistent level of humidity as well. Once we get towards the end of the season, starting to get into around that February and March period, and the ships start migrating elsewhere, particularly heading up towards Japan, that's where we're going to see a genuine change in the temperature, and it can get a little bit cooler in February because that is, of course, coming out of or the back end of Japan's winter season. So it does get a little bit cooler. Once we get into March, it starts to get a bit warmer as they head into spring. And of course, spring brings all of that lovely, luscious rain, which gives the iconic cherry blossom feel. Now, when we're talking about this region, like I said, it is so diverse. There is so much to do here. And it doesn't matter what type of traveler you are. If you're a foodie, if you're a history buff, if you're a culture lover, if you just love to lie down on the beach, if you love religious diversity and history, it genuinely doesn't matter what type of experience you love about traveling. There is an abundance of options for you here in the Southeast Asia region. And also, whilst we're here, we did talk about food and drink. Food and drink is very important. There's some iconic cuisine to savor and enjoy. But of course, that's the same whilst on board our ships. So make the most of it by including Princess Plus and Princess Premier in your package. Now, one thing I will talk about here, Princess Plus and Princess Premier, make sure you are securing this before coming on board. The reason is, whilst our ships are based in Singapore, the currency is USD. Now, the US dollar is extremely strong against the Aussie dollar at the moment. Avoid all of those issues around currency exchange. Look it in Australian dollars. Now, if you've got clients who say, look, I only have a glass of wine with dinner, we both know they're going to have more than just one glass. However, if they only do have one glass of red wine with dinner, whilst you're on board, you just say one glass with dinner and it's $20, easy peasy. But then you need to pay your 18% gratuities. Let's just use 20% because it's easier, nicer numbers. That drink is now, say, $24. That's US dollars, though. It's nearly 2 to 1. That one glass of wine is best part of 50 Australian dollars. And that doesn't include coffees, teas, waters. You will need water in this region. It is warm. We've not included Wi-Fi. We've not included all the different inclusions that are listed here on the slide to my left. So it makes so much sense to include Princess Plus at 65 Australian dollars per person per day, or $100 per person per day for Princess Premier, which is unlimited specialty dining as well. So avoid the exchange rate. It just makes sense. This is still by far the best value offering in the industry. Now, we have a number of ships offering some Singapore departures, one of which is, of course, our beautiful, purposely built for Asia Diamond Princess. After just completing a very successful season here in Australia, she has also become a very firm favourite with local cruisers. But this ship was built in Japan. It has so much Asian influence, hosting the largest Itsumi bath at sea. It's the largest of its kind in the world at sea. But of course, we've got the Sanctuary, which is a firm favorite, that adults only retreat, a great way to rejuvenate after a long day of probably going to temples and all those kind of active shore excursions. Come back, have a massage, relax, make sure you're coming home rejuvenated. We've got the indoor pool. So if it is a little bit, if you're suffering from a bit of inclement weather, some tropical rain, something like that, you can still go for a swim and go to our indoor pool. We've also got the outdoor pool as well. We've got the movies under the stars, but we've also got Kai Sushi offering traditional casual dining options. So Kai Sushi is included with Princess Plus. And as specialty dining goes, we've got the Churrascaria Brazilian Grill. Now, quite a few people say, why on earth does a Japanese ship have Brazilian cuisine? What's going on there? The largest population of Japanese citizens outside of Japan is actually found in Sao Paulo in Brazil. So there is definitely a strong link between those two nations. But there is so much cultural immersion when it comes to entertainment and things like that. We're still going to have those Broadway style shows. We will still have Western entertainment like trivias and things like that, but it will be very, very immersive in terms of the offering. So you definitely will feel like you are immersed in this destination whilst you're on board any of the ships offering cruises from Singapore. Regardless of the ship that you cruise on, they are all underpinned by the amazing medallion experience. The medallion is this here, sat around my neck, the absolute game changer in the industry. This little thing becomes your very personal concierge, allowing you to order food, order drinks and services wherever you are located on the ship. Your cabin room door simply opens for you, making it seamless coming back to your cabin. Everything is touchless on board. And what's really nice is it's service you feel. You don't necessarily see a difference, you just feel it. So what does that mean? Every time you go to the bar to order a drink, they'll call you by name because the medallion basically gives them a prompt so they can see your information. But then they can also see, if I've been sat up by the pool reading a book, I've had, a couple of Heinekens. If I now go, into the bar area inside the ship, I've not even seen this individual. They may say, Mr. Craven, would you like another Heineken? So it's that kind of really lovely service that you feel. And another example of this is anybody who's cruised, in the morning, the cabin steward, they want to come in and prepare your room, make the bed and all those different kind of things. Quite often they'll knock on the door just to see if you're inside. They don't want to disturb you, but they need to see if you're inside or not. But with the medallion, they can see if you're in the stateroom or not. So they won't disturb you. If you're in the cabin, they'll just leave you be. Once you get shower change, you go for breakfast, they'll go in, clean your room, have it all ready for you. And magically, every single time you come back to your stateroom, it's just always sorted and cleaned. Again, it's that service you feel. And that all comes from the medallion. It is an absolute must for anyone cruising these days. You've got to come on board Princess because it is an absolutely amazing addition to your holiday. Now, regardless of which cruise ship we're going to be cruising on, expect consistency in terms of interiors, ocean views, balconies, mini suites and suites. There is a very consistent offering throughout the fleet. When we're talking about the Diamond Princess, there is 1,337 staterooms to choose from. We have 30 full suites, 186 mini suites, which include the reserve collection. And of course, we've got 1,121 balconies, ocean views and interiors. Now, there is also a category on board the Diamond Princess, which is a category S8. That category S8 can only be booked through our reservations team. You cannot secure this in Polar Online. The reason is this accommodates up to 8 passengers. So it's 2 full bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms with some pull-out sofas as well. And that can accommodate up to 8 guests. So that is a really great option for any multi-generational cruisers, big families, or people, maybe quite a lot of friends or something like that. If they all want to stay together, that category S8 will be a really great option for them. On the Diamond Princess, there is only 2. There is only 2 on the ship. So if you do have guests who are interested, make sure they are booking nice and early. We also have 27 accessible cabins on board. So if guests are requiring an accessible stateroom, make sure you are booking nice and early because there is only limited availability. So let's get into some of the cruise offerings. We have released already our 25-26 program, and I'm going to talk about our 26-27 program very, very shortly. Now, across the 25, 26, 26 and 27 program, we have an array of offerings. We have cruises ranging from 5 nights all the way up to 31 nights. The extended season runs from October through till March. We have 8 different countries that we are going to be visiting, and we have round trip options from Singapore, as well as repositioning cruises to and from Tokyo, as well as repositioning cruises to and from Australia. There is also a very chunky one repositioning from Seattle, which is on board the Discovery Princess. There are plenty of combinations available. Now, for our 25-26 program, we have 11 departures, and we actually have 11 departures for 26-27 as well. We'll be visiting 28 destinations with access to more than 17 UNESCO heritage sites. We've got it covered, ladies and gentlemen. We have it covered. So having a look at some of our itineraries, we've got this beautiful 10-night cruise here, visiting the stunning location, an iconic location that is Halong Bay. Really will take your breath away. For anyone who's not been, it should be on your bucket list. Then in the top right there, this 11-night best of Malaysia and Thailand sailing, traveling around the Malacca Straits, but then also getting into Lam Chabang, which is the gateway through to Bangkok. If you want to sail a little bit longer, we have a 14-night option, which does Malaysia and Thailand, but also starts nipping in to Vietnam. And for those with the most amount of time, we've got a 16-night cruise available, hitting Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and that also incorporates the Halong Bay cruise. So what that is a 6-night cruise heading through the Malacca Straits, combining with that 10-night Vietnam and Halong Bay, but we're booking it as one 16-night option, so you'll be in the same stateroom, which is just a fantastic way to see so many of these iconic destinations, whether we're talking about Phuket with, access to Phi Phi and Maya Beach and places like that. Enjoy the food of Kuala Lumpur. Well, in fact, the food everywhere here is pretty amazing. But then also to get into Halong Bay, that is a really standout cruise. So many repositioning cruises available on the Discovery Crown Royal and Diamond Princess. Now, this 25-night option in the top right-hand side is on board the Diamond Princess, so combining the last round-trip sailing from Yokohama of the season, then migrating all the way down to Singapore, dipping in to Taipei in Keelung, which is an amazing destination, Hong Kong, as well as Phu My, which gives you access through to Ho Chi Minh City before finishing in Singapore. This ace cruise down here on the bottom right-hand side, this Singapore to Sydney sailing is on board the Discovery Princess. Fantastic cruise there. And then we've also got this wonderful repositioning cruise, which actually gives people an opportunity to jump on in Hobart, in Sydney or Brisbane, and then heading up all the way to Singapore. That is the end of a season. So there are so many different options for people looking to cruise in 25-26. And for 26-27, we are going live on sale with this program on the 20th of March for Loyalty Week. So what does that mean? Anybody who's cruised with Princess before, it doesn't matter if they've cruised one time or 1,000 times, they are part of our Captain Circle program, and they will be able to book on the 20th of March as part of our Loyalty Week. Now, one thing that's really important when we're kind of looking to book guests on this launch day, make sure you're putting the Captain Circle number in Polar Online before you start trying to make the reservation. If you don't do that, it's only available for past guests. The system will not let you book it. So make sure you're getting the Captain Circle number from your clients, qualify them first, and then you'll be able to book them nice and easily on this day. So our 26-27 season has an array of sailings, anywhere from 10 to 31 nights. We're adding more late night stays in places like Hanoi, which is Kailan, to get to Halong Bay. We've got Hong Kong, Lam Chabang, the gateway through to Bangkok. And we're also having late night departures in Osaka to get to the ancient capital of Japan, which is Kyoto. Diamond Princess will be sailing to 28 destinations, 8 countries on 10 unique itineraries. So plenty on offer. We will be sharing a few more finer details, the timings and things like that, very, very soon in our Princess Patter. And if you receive communications from your sales managers, key account manager, national account manager, they will all be shared as soon as we have those finer details. But it's coming and we'll be going live on the 20th of March. Now, I just wanted to quickly mention our Easy Air program, because you're going to have to fly to Singapore or potentially up to Japan to take part of these cruises. Easy Air is a wonderful option and offers so many great benefits. There's low prices on both flexible and restricted airfares. We have plenty of choice. So if people are specific on the airlines that they wish, then you can actually select the airline that they would like to book. We have that same day late arrival protection. Now, if a flight has been delayed, our air team know that this has happened. If they're going to be arriving the day of embarkation, potentially a little bit late, we're going to give a heads up to the cruise ship, and we can actually hold the cruise ship for them. Okay. If the flight's been cancelled, they're going to miss the departure, then we guarantee to get them to the first port of call on their cruise. So there's so many benefits, and we manage all of that. Anybody who's had to manage that with tickets knows just how much of a faff it is. Easy Air offers a really great kind of protection for both travel agents and for guests. 24/7 support available on all of these. And hopefully you'll have seen our communications recently where there has been slight changes and amendments to Easy Air. So what does that mean? Easy Air now has the same cancellation policy as your cruise. So for instance, if your cruise is going into 50% cancellation fees, 90 days before departure, if you've booked air, then the airfare will be under the same cancellation fees. Okay, so it's a little bit different to what we've had previously. If you want more terms and conditions and more information, make sure you're heading to OneSource or princess.com to learn more. But we did introduce those changes recently. Now, as part of our destination series, we want to reward you as a thank you for joining this. Hopefully you do find them beneficial, and we're given a chance to win a $50 Visa gift card. All you need to do is scan the barcode. So get out your mobile phones, scan this barcode, follow the prompts, and you can go in the running to win $50 just to say thank you. We are very, very thankful for everyone who's watching these presentations. Again, like I said, hopefully you're getting plenty out of them. To me, it's great for kind of wanderlust. So many people say, I want to go on a cruise, but I'm not quite sure where. When you see about the destinations and all that kind of stuff, it piques your interest and it gets you excited. So hopefully this works. And that kind of enthusiasm you can share with your clients and their booking for these amazing destinations. We've done Japan. This one's all about Southeast Asia. The next one in our series will be all about the Caribbean. The Caribbean has been an extremely popular destination for Australians. We've seen more bookings for this destination than ever before. So we'll be given more giveaways for watching that presentation, more information to come soon. So hopefully you've had a chance to scan that QR code. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for joining this presentation. We'll see you at the next one, and I will leave you with this video all about cruising Southeast Asia. Thank you, team. See you soon. Bye-bye.